Hi everyone, my name is Wayne, and the type of my speech is a persuasive speech about graffiti, and I'm gonna introduce why graffiti can be recognized as an art. The history of graffiti goes back to ancient times, and the early drawing on walls appears thousands of years ago, and later the ancient Greeks and Romans wrote their names and protest poems on buildings. So in the earlier 1960s, graffiti appears in Philadelphia, and um, by the late 60s, the graffiti reached to New York, and the the new form of art take off in the late of 1970s, and at that time people wrote their names or tags all over the city. In the middle of 70s, it's very hard for people to look out the window because all the windows of trains was covered by the sprays of drawing, and at that time those drawings were called throw-ups, letters, and or masterpiece. At the time that it began to recognized as an art in the late in the New York began to declare the wall to the graffiti, and until the 1980s it is very hard for people to graffiti, and there are many famous artists of graffiti began to draw their work on canvas or rows of buildings. The debate of graffiti is still going on whether it can be considered as an art or not. And according to Wrangler in 2018, the graffiti should be considered as an art because graffiti provides people a way to express their face, express themselves, and this is one purpose of art. So there are many famous artists like Van Gogh also use their works to express their beliefs, to express their opinions, to openly express themselves. Graffiti cannot be an exception. For those artists of graffiti, they need to be very patient. So since they need to deal with many different colors, and they need to correctly or properly mix up many colors. They need to what they are doing and need to be very patient, so it can be an expression of creativity. Also, graffiti can be used to express culture, or be considered as an expression way of art, since people can use graffiti to express their political opinions, heritage, culture, and some religious imagery. There is a question about whether graffiti can be considered as an art or not, since many people graffiti on trains, and this thing this action breaks the rules a city, but from another angle to consider this question is those things like trains or buildings is the most apparent stuff to show their works. So in some degree, those artists of graffiti just want to put their work on a very apparent place and to show their opinions. So this is impression of art. So in summary, graffiti can be considered or recognized as an art. So when art carries human opinions or expressions, we call it art, and it's just a problem of the degree. So sometimes art can be recognized as good art and bad art. So it just depends on how the art can be expressed or shown. So thank you. This is my speech.